Did you notice my clapping has gotten faster?
Yes, it has. Yeah, and I noticed.
Because you showed me how to do it. You never showed me before.
Well, I'm sorry. But you're right. I thought everybody
it's
knew
okay.
how to clap
But you just
sync.
never complained either. Nope, you're my first clap sync I've ever had in my life. Clap sync virgin right here. So, yes, there's that.
Even in college?
Yes. Correct.
All right.
Oh. Hey everybody, this is Carlos and Sandy Lee, and you're listening to Season 2 of Off Your Flosser podcast. What's up now, brah?
We got more jokes, more fun. Stay tuned, share, like, and subscribe, and go floss yourselves.
Go floss yourselves. Hey guys, it's November 4th. This is episode 55 of OYF, and we got Carlos over there.
55. That's pretty cool, man. I like not even numbers, but, numbers that
Double
match.
Fives. Did you know that the only numbers that go into 55 are 1, 5, and 11? Smack down.
What are those
No,
prime
I have this
numbers?
weird thing where I can figure out, I can figure out prime numbers. That's not a prime number because 11 goes into it, but I can figure out prime numbers like 57, prime number. 59, prime number. 67, prime number. Ask me anything. Lower than 100.
No, I think I'm good. I trust you.
Oh, dang. 93, not prime.
No?
No, because 3 goes into it. 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
So what's up with you, Carlos? You just got back from a place.
Yeah. I went to South Carolina on Friday, to Charleston, actually a little town called Summerville.
Oh.
And then we did a show for about 120 some odd people, me and my buddy Conrad. And
yeah, I saw the pictures. Cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. And it's a 55 plus, sort of like this episode, right?
Oh,
You see what I did there?
Please don't tell me you did the coffin joke at the nursing home.
I totally did the coffin joke, and they ate it up like candy. They thought it was hilarious.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
The thought of saving
Lord.
money on a funeral, dude, is those people loved it.
Yeah.
And I,
Oh my god! The feet are touching, Ma.
you wouldn't believe what I got away with. But the thing is,
my
my
gosh.
act is
I love it.
It's adult, right?
Yeah.
It's not for kids because kids don't. Jokes aren't for kids.
Right.
Let's just put that out there in the world, in OYF land, that jokes are not for kids. I'm not a clown.
Unless
I don't
they're
juggle.
knock knock, or the stupid
Whatever.
jokes.
Yeah.
The dad jokes, that kind
Right.
of stuff.
Right. But like stand-up comedy is not for kids.
Nah. No.
A lot of it goes on life experience. And if you're 9, what do you know? You like dipping your Oreos in milk and you wet the bed once in a while. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be 9 anymore. All I know is that you don't know anything. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But when you're 55 plus, you've seen and lived a little bit. Those people,
yes,
they know that this is probably the last place they're going to live, and they don't give a shit. They enjoy it, and they have fun, and there was at least 1, if not 2 or more bottles of wine on every table, and everybody was having a blast.
That's awesome.
And the worst part about it is like old guys coming up to you like, hey, did you hear the one about the monkey, the rabbi, and the bicycle? You're like, oh, my God. No, what do you got? And then at the end of it, they go, you can use it if you want. I'm like, thanks. I might think about it. If I could fit it in somewhere on some joke that you heard 30 years ago in the core, you know what I mean? But they mean well. They mean well. What are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
They like you. Otherwise, they wouldn't talk to you. So
no,
that's good. That's awesome.
excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh my God.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
That felt like there was a tickle in the bottom of my lung. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry.
You just, I like you exploded the microphone. It was, I mean, you didn't sneeze on the microphone,
Okay.
but I could hear like it just went.
I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus.
You gotta leave that in.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I've been,
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't know
I'm
what's going on.
crying.
I don't know if I have a cold or what, but something's just tickling and it's driving me absolutely crazy.
Ugh.
There's something in
Yes,
the air.
I hate that.
I don't know what it is.
You know what also ticks me off?
What's that?
The sneezes that don't come. Like it's like, hey, here I come. Nope. And then you don't sneeze.
What kind of evil, body function is that?
Who came up with that?
You
Because
know?
I'd like to kick him in the knee with an iron pipe. And a Chinese star. Draw some blood.
So
Anyway.
my buddy Conrad and I, we spent the night after the show, right? So we're
Together.
in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Because, we had another show in Charlotte on Saturday night. So we didn't want to drive there and then check in at midnight and then sleep till whatever. So we just went back to the room.
Right.
We had a mutual friend, Mia Jackson, had her Comedy Central special air. It was the debut of her special. So that was
Cool.
awesome. We got to see her.
Nice.
And so we're in the hotel just laughing like two idiots, We crash, I don't know, about 1:30, something like that, right? And then I get up around 6:15, and we go get breakfast, right? So we're sitting there drinking coffee, eating a couple muffins, and then I grab a banana and an orange, and I'm like, I'm going back to the room. He goes, all right, let's go. So he grabbed some juice. I grabbed another coffee. We go back to the room. It's 6:30. We go back to bed till about 9:30. And then we get up, get ready, and then we leave. And what made me laugh was that we got up to get breakfast for free, and then we went back to sleep.
I would totally do that.
We just dozed for a little bit and got back up and got back on the road. Then the show in Charlotte, as soon as I get on stage, some old guy comes up to me and he hands me this like a necklace, like a
lei?
No, like it looked like it had like a doorbell that has like a button on it, right? Like just like outside your house, right?
Like a life alert?
Well, what it is, it's a little transmitter thing that goes from there to this guy's hearing aid.
Oh.
So he could hear what I'm saying. And he goes, hey.
Only at an old folks' home.
I need you to put this on. I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
What is it? He goes, it's so Bobby can hear you. I'm like, who the hell's Bobby? I'm like, is this a joke? No one said anything about this before. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. And I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, no, it's a real thing. Put it on. Put it on. So I go, just put it on. And then I got a round of applause just for putting it on. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, enjoy the show. Thank you for coming.
This will be easy. Yeah.
Then I go, any other requests? Anybody need batteries changed in the pacemakers? Let's get this started. And then I go,
You're so bad.
my name is Carlos, and please stop asking me. I'm not here to paint or do drywall. And they laughed for about 5 minutes. Dude, it was a fun couple shows, and I got to spend some time with my buddy Conrad. He's crazy. We just had a good time.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then
that sounds awesome.
So I get home at 3 or 2 a.m. on Sunday. I don't know what time it was because the time was changing. So
right.
I don't know what's going on. And then Sunday night we went to go see the new Terminator movie after dinner. My wife and I.
There's a new Terminator movie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, John. Oh, I want to beat him. I won't beat him, but I want to like forcefully take them to the movies.
Terminator Dark Fate. And I made my wife go because last week she made me go see Maleficent
Oh, I want
Part
to see
2
that.
in 3D.
Oh,
And
lucky you.
How is she not a demon?
I know, we talked about this last time. It was like, yeah.
That's all
I mean,
I'm saying.
she's got horns. She's dark.
Got fangs.
It's Angelina Jolie. I mean,
9/10 evil already. No, but she did.
Right?
She killed it. But the Terminator was. I gotta say, as much as I didn't think it was gonna be all that great,
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah, I
All right,
enjoyed.
maybe I can drag John to that.
I enjoyed
at least.
They explained it as best as they could, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, all right, so if Sarah Connor's in there, I thought they killed her off in the third one.
Don't tell me any spoilers.
Just watch the previews.
All right,
She's
I
in the
haven't seen
preview.
any previews, so I'll have to watch that.
And then I was like, okay, so they explain it to a certain extent, and
All right, yeah.
and it is. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could go to the movies like you.
The
I'm sad.
special effects are beast though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Maybe I can drag John Saturday or something.
Yeah, and it's just at 2
I'll
hours,
try.
so it's not too bad,
Right. Yeah.
What'd you do this weekend?
We had game night. My friends Aaron and Jess, we all get together and we do games. So we played this new game, which it was pretty fun. But you're not really on teams or anything. But you have to write down. So you have this one word, and you have to write words that describe that one word. But there's rules to it, and then the one person has to guess what the original word was. But if you both put the same thing, you cross it out. Blah blah blah. So it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
So is this
Aaron
a commercially viable, available game, or is it something you guys have made up?
It's called. Oh shoot! I don't have it with me. It's called. One word or something like that. But yeah, Aaron got it for me for my birthday. Yes.
Okay.
And so we played that, and then yesterday we went to a barbecue at a friend's house and hung out for a little bit. It was fun. Just down to earth type stuff.
Sure.
But in a couple weekends here, I will be at the Dew Retreat. Do you know anything about the Dew Retreat?
Is it like Mountain Dew? Like, what are you gonna
no.
snowboard down a mountain, or?
It's the Dental Entrepreneurial Women's. I think I mentioned it a little bit before.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
It does. I gotta be honest with you. I keep thinking Mountain Dew though.
Of course. I'm trying to look it up real quick because I want to tell you about it. So it's November 14th and 15th, and so we basically get to go and meet other women who do. So they're dental professionals, and they have. I feel like it's like side businesses and stuff like that. So it's real big about networking, and it's the first one ever. And they limited the tickets and stuff, so. They actually got me a scholarship for it. I was like, what? So this is funny, and I hope Ann Duffy is, she's like in charge of all this. I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but we actually ran into each other at RDH Under One Roof.
Nice.
My little sister was there. Do you remember that?
I wasn't there, but yeah, I remember you telling me about it.
Right, and we had a blast. And so we're at the party, and we're waiting to get wine, and I just happened to kind of half turn, and Ann kind of half turned, and she was like, oh, who are you, and what do you, she's very bubbly and like asking me like what I'm all about and stuff, and,
sure.
And I was like, and this is my sister, and blah blah blah.
She's effervescent.
Yeah, she's very bubbly, and she I forget how, but I talked to her a little bit about like my Facebook group and stuff, and she goes, oh my gosh, you need to email me and we need to connect and blah blah blah. So we did, and I told her kind of my story. My story about, my IVF journey and my cancer journey and all this stuff. And she was like, you have to write something for my publication. So she has, it's the magazine that she has is the Dew Life, I think it is. Yes, the Dew Life. And So she has this publication. She had me write something for it. And I don't know if it's been published yet, but it will be, she said. And then she was like, you have to come to my retreat. I'll get you a scholarship and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I figure it was a good opportunity to network with other dental professionals.
Tell them, above all else, to listen to OYF.
Oh, snap. Are you joking? It's going to be the first thing off my lips. Listen to OYF.
That.
But you know what else is cool is so she encouraged me to seek out sponsorships and stuff for like travel. So she's taking care of the actual registration.
Gotcha.
So I'm paying for an Airbnb. Michelle Strange from A Tale of Two Hygienists. She's gonna be my roomie.
Nice.
And then Eden. Eden's last name I don't know, I can't think of, but she works for Mouthwatch, which is like it's perfect for teledentistry. It's like oral health or oral cameras and stuff. So amazing stuff.
Dude,
we're gonna be in this room together, or this Airbnb together. It's really gonna be fun. It's like gonna be a sleepover.
It would be good for you to pick her Michelle's brain too on podcasting and stuff like that.
I told her that. I think I warned her about that. Yeah, I might pick.
I'm
your
sorry,
brain
Michelle.
You might have less brain when you get home. Sorry, but I'll leave more than a zombie would. So,
not as much as you came with, but more than a zombie. That's a pretty fair exchange, I think.
Yes, I think so too. So I started reaching out to companies on Instagram and stuff. We like to seek out the smaller companies, the ones that are looking for a little, advertisement deals and stuff like that. So I actually, Simply Floss, they gave us some samples a while back, so I reached out to them.
To Mr. Lee, they sent those?
Yes. Was it Dr. Lee or Mr. Lee? Yeah. So
or Carlos Lee is what they called him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, so Simply Floss, it's a silicone floss. And it's a totally different concept. I love all these very, like the Aflex Assist Arm, things that are so intuitive and just unique ideas. But Simply Floss, if you go to their website, simplyfloss.com, you can read all about it. It talks about the features. So it's basically silicone floss that has rings on the end. So you don't have to wrap the floss around your fingers. It doesn't strangulate your fingers or anything. And there's a little bit of a learning curve because I was like, I have some tight contacts. So I was trying to get it in there and it's like, man, it doesn't fit. But if you pull it tighter, it gets thinner. So you can reach in those places. I was like, oh, that's perfect. But, so for features, it talks about it's easy to use, which basically I just said, you use it just like floss. You just don't have to wrap it around your fingers. It comes in a little travel case, so you can take it with you.
Yep.
And then, it has these little bumps on it, which help, with your gums. It massages the gums a little bit. And then you just rinse it after you use it and you throw it back in the case. And boom, you're done. So it's, and they say the benefits, it's ergonomically designed. It's 100% silicone. It doesn't damage the gums. And the design, which you can go to the website and see the design, but it's round shaped handles. It allows the beginners to apply it easily. So I think it's easy. It's effective. And it's almost fun, if I can say that about flossing, which is kind of blasphemy, but it's kind of fun. And it comes in this itty bitty little case that you just throw in your purse or car thing.
Or your man bag.
Or your satchel.
I will agree with you that it is kind of fun because you're like, okay, this isn't, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of those like epiphany type things.
I was surprised how thin it got and got in between those contacts.
I know, although I did break one. I used it a couple times, and then on the third one, I guess I just pulled so hard because I was trying to kind of see how thin it gets.
Sure.
I snapped it, and it hurt my finger.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can't be a savage with it, but if you floss
I was trying to see if it would be long enough to strangulate somebody, on my missions. Oh, wait. Shoot. I shouldn't have said that. But so I'll put on some videos on our social media, so you can check out their YouTube channel. They have some videos about how to use it and testimonials and stuff like that. But I mean, here's my testimonial. I think it's a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. I really liked it. What do you think?
I think it's fantastic.
You like it?
No. I thought it was pretty cool. The one I was using snapped. Yeah.
Did you stretch it too far? You think?
Probably.
Or no?
Yeah. No. I totally stretched it too far.
So there's that.
But
did it snap your lip or something?
No, I don't think it caught my lip, but I remember hitting my finger.
Yeah. So I feel like there's, like I said, there's like a little bit of a learning curve. But I still have a couple left, and I'm gonna use them up.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, and then I might just have to order some more.
There you go.
Although they also are providing samples for everyone at the Do Retreat, so I'll get some samples there too.
There you go.
Boom.
Done.
So yeah, I don't have to buy any for a little bit. But anyway, so
you know why I was running late from work this afternoon? My last patient was telling me a story.
Oh.
This guy, it was a perio maintenance, right?
Yeah.
And he was telling me the story for about 20 minutes, and it was so amazing that I was like, I'm late, but I got to hear how this ends.
You were enthralled.
Right. I'll give you the high points, because he kind of meandered a little bit and went off on tangents, right? He hears some ruckus in his backyard.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes outside to look, and his cat runs past him and jumps up on the fence. He looks to see where the cat was running from, and out pops a fox.
Oh.
Underneath the fence. And he kind of shoot it, and it was after his cat. So he ran back underneath the fence.
Gosh.
He calls a neighbor. He's like, "Hey, Earl," or the guy's name, whatever it was. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm in my garage just hanging out, putting up." He goes, "Close the door. There's a wild fox running around." Right?
Wow.
So he goes, so I go inside to get my shotgun. And at this point, I'm like, "Oh, I gotta hear how this ends."
Yeah. You're too invested.
So he tells me that, so stupid. He said it ran into the guy's garage.
Oh, gosh.
And it didn't attack the man. It ran back out. The guy comes out of the garage to see what's going on. So here's the first old guy, my patient, with the shotgun.
Yeah.
Right? So
oh, gosh.
I can picture this guy just walking down his driveway to the neighbor's yard with a shotgun, right?
With a shotgun, yeah.
And the fox had jumped on the other guy's leg and was biting him and attacking him.
Are you serious?
And I'm like, "Are you? What?" He goes, "So there was nothing I can do. It was too close. I couldn't shoot." Right? So he finally kicks the fox off somehow. Right? So the guy's bleeding to death. Right?
Yeah.
He goes, and as soon as it ran under the perch. And I was like, the perch, but that's how he pronounced the porch. So my brain is going, perch? What perch or what? Like, what do you got, like an eagle?
Like a bird's perch?
Yeah. Why is it outside? What are you talking about, right? And then it turns out the thing came running back, and he goes, it was maybe 2 feet from me, and he shoots it point blank, and he kills it. Right?
Whoa. Yeah.
He turns around. His neighbor, they had to call 911 because the thing bit him to death. The fox had rabies.
Oh, Lord.
And then he tells me, he goes, and this isn't funny, but he goes, my neighbor weighs like 80 pounds. I'm like, 80 pounds? I go, was it
80?
a kid? He goes, he used to be a big fat guy. He used to be 400 pounds, but he got that stomach surgery done. Right? He goes, he's lost. I go, that's way too much weight, man. He goes, that's what I was telling him. He goes, like, if the wind's blowing too hard, he doesn't go outside. And I'm like, you're messing with me. He goes, no, I'm telling you. So I'm listening to this, and I'm trying not to laugh. And I'm like, I got to be honest with you, sir. This story is too crazy. It's got to be 100% true, but it sounds like you're just making it up. He goes, no, man, I'm not making it up. The CDC came out there and animal control to look around for other foxes, and they picked up this one, and they said they were going to test it to see if it had rabies, and it did. So the guy wound up needing a bunch of shots. The bite marks got all infected, and I'm like, and he weighs 80 pounds. And I'm like, okay, this is amazing. This is going on the podcast tonight, sir. He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Mind your business.
Have you ever heard of something like that? I've never heard.
No.
I've never seen a fox in the middle of the day. I guess if you see nocturnal things in the middle of the day, you better shoot it because it ain't acting right.
That's like, I don't know. That's like, how does that happen?
Dude,
this is the weirdest thing ever.
But the thought of this old guy who's got to be in his 70s, dude, walking around with a shotgun, trying to shoot a fox, it just kind of makes me laugh.
Take somebody's leg out,
dude. He goes, it latched on, and he goes like this. It latched onto his leg. He couldn't get it off.
Oh my gosh!
I go, that's why he attacked the guy, because he was only 80 pounds.
He thought he was a cat.
He thought he could take him, Dude.
Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous. Anyway, so that was that's why I was running late.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's worth staying behind for. Oh my gosh. And he's got rabies. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, Carlos. Where do you get this stuff?
I don't know. I wish I'd seen something like that because that sounds amazing. But
yeah,
that's how it goes down.
Do you ever just
Atlanta.
Do you ever just think up a wild story and tell it, but it's not true? Like that guy totally could have just made that up.
I hear what you're saying, but he goes that the news people came out the next day to interview him.
Ah.
So I'm almost certain he's telling the 100% truth.
So, like, for example, April Fool's Day.
Sure.
I try to think up things that are just so kind of wild that they're believable. Like one time, I was on the phone driving down the highway with, I was on the phone with my ex-boyfriend. Boyfriend at the time, So I'm just driving along, and it's April Fool's Day, and I'm like, man, I got to do something. Because, like, April Fool's Day is probably one of my favorite days. And I go, oh, my gosh. And he's like, what? And I go, I almost hit a black bear on the interstate. And, of course, there's no bear or anything. And he's like, are you serious? And I go, no, April Fools. But it's like, it's crazy. It could maybe happen.
Right.
But I made it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm sure I've done that. But not specifically. I don't need a special occasion to make up something ridiculous.
You just, yeah.
I do like on the regular. Yeah. April Fools, right. I'm doing that in November.
Like I'm a fool every day. I'm a fool every day. I like doing that stuff. John has gotten to the point where he can't really believe me if I say stuff. Like, he'll ask me 4 times, and then if I say yes 4 times, then he's like, okay, you're telling the truth. But because I say stupid stuff all the time to him.
Dude.
I can't think of anything in particular, but I'll have to keep in mind next time I do and like talk about it because I'm so bad.
I remember one time that made me laugh out loud. I can't remember what my wife was talking about. All right. And I just look at her like with a straight face and I go, can you buy me a motorcycle?
Just random?
Yeah, well, I can't remember what it was she was talking to me about. She's explaining something. And,
yes.
And she was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I can't have a conversation with you because you're always saying stupid things. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I just, I wasn't paying attention. So I was just thinking, if you can buy me a motorcycle.
I want a motorcycle.
It's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I think
I do.
It's the randomness that gets her going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do it on purpose, just to be a jerk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think it's funny.
Chops.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. I do too, and I don't know. Should we feel guilty about that? That we think that's funny?
No. What are you going to be serious all the time?
Well, no, but
Here, real quick,
some
the
of
other
the
day.
time?
Oh, yeah. I call my brother, right, Saturday. And he's at work. I'm going to the gym or something, right? Maybe get a coffee. I can't remember what I was doing, but I call him. His name is Lou, right? And I go, hey. He goes, and I can tell he's at work because he's talking real low. He's like, hey, what's up, man? And I go, dude, what do you want? What are you talking about? I go, you called me last night at 3 a.m.
Oh, my God.
He goes, what? I go, you don't remember? He was like, no, man. Are you serious? I was like, dude, why would I call you and tell you called me at 3 a.m? He goes, what did I say? I go, you said something about, he's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom. And I thought you were being broken into. And then I called back and you didn't answer. He goes, come on, man. I'm at work. I don't have time for this. Because he knew I was making it up. And I was like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm at work, dude. He goes, you're crazy, bro. Listen, man, I don't have time. I'll call you later. Click. And he hangs up.
Oh, my God.
But just out of the blue. And then another time, I'm going back almost 20 years. When did Titanic come out?
Yeah. Oh, crap.
Was that 96? 97?
Let's find out. I have no idea. Titanic, the movie. Whoops. I can't spell. 2007.
2007?
Oh, hold on. Or 97.
No, that can't be right. It's got to be 97.
Oh, crap. That's YouTube. I don't want to listen to it. It's that, my heart will go on and on.
Well, that's why I wanted to look it up.
You know, I probably need to be a little more careful with singing on the podcast because if anybody ever hears that, I might get famous, and I don't really want to be too famous.
You don't want to be famous for singing. It's 97.
Right. Yeah, okay, that sounds right.
So I call up my brother, and this is back when people had answering machines.
Yes.
Okay.
The good old days.
So I call his house, and then we're not home right now. Please leave a message and blah, 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 whatever, right? So I start singing. I sang for about maybe 3 minutes, as much as I could remember of that song from Titanic.
My heart will go on.
Yes. And then, so he tells me he's listening to the message, and I'm like, near, far, you know. and I'm doing like a horrible impression of the thing, right? So he's laughing. And his wife goes, who is that? He goes, it's Carlos. And then she goes, what's wrong with him? So
that's a good gauge of something is when they say, what's wrong with him?
Yeah. And if you don't see the humor in that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they think I'm a little weird, and they're probably right, dude. But he and I laughed like idiots over that because he knows he knows me, and if she doesn't know me right now, then I don't know what to tell you. But this was, like I said, it was 20 years ago when Titanic came out, and I just caught it the other day on television, and that was a good movie, man.
Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got boobs. It's got danger.
Much.
It's got Leonardo. It's got jewels and treasure. It's got antagonist and protagonist. And it has a climax. And then the ending is just,
It's a little bit of everything, you know?
Now, so Mythbusters, they actually did, we might have talked about this before. I can't remember. But Mythbusters did a thing to see if they could both fit on that door.
I did not see
she was
that.
Floating on.
I've often said that. I'll never let you go, Jack.
Totally.
And she totally lets him go.
Totally could have.
They could have, right?
Well, yeah, apparently. Well, you know how women are. They got this double talk thing. I'll never let go. Get off my door. You're going to make me drown.
Stop calling me. Yeah. But the thing is, because he wasn't a big dude, he could have squeezed on there.
Yeah. And they showed it a bunch of different ways where, like, he could have laid on top of her, beside her. They could have, like, done L shapes on either side of the door, balanced it out, whatever. So.
Okay.
So, in reality, Rose killed Jack.
Right.
And you remember his frozen little body sinking down into the water? And then she starts whistling, like, blowing the whistle, like, tramp.
That's a horrible movie. That's a horrible movie. The guy, her fiance, paid for the trip.
Yeah.
First class. Got her that giant diamond.
And then she runs off with the
and she runs off with
or whatever.
Yeah, a little swamp rat. Leonardo.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, but they weren't in love, Carlos.
He was trying to
kill. Kind of a jerk.
Yeah, but she knew that. But she still chose to go on the trip with him.
Well, and then her mom pressured her into it too.
Is that what it was?
It's very multifaceted.
Different time of year?
Yes.
Different
time of year.
Well, different time. You know, people. You know,
yes.
You did things you didn't want to do. I guess. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was all about your honor, your name, your prestige, and blah blah blah.
Appearances and blah blah. Speaking of appearances, I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow, dude. I get that thing in Nashville.
I would wear a tuxedo.
That's not a bad idea. Might be overkill.
Like
for Comedy
Step
Club.
Brothers, when they
I know, right?
when they went into the job interview.
Why not?
And the guy goes, "Did you just fart?" Yeah, it's in my mouth.
They were like,
and now those tuxedos seem a little messed up.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Just shut your mouth. You sound stupid right now.
I don't know if you can see it, and
anyway.
I don't know if anybody else can see this. There's a dude that I saw on Friday night on Comedy Central, and it's Tom Thakar. And he's a comic that went up before my friend Mia Jackson, right? On Comedy Central. And his closing bit, I can't even put it into words how awesome it was. It had to do with margarita madness, like at Chili's or something,
that.
right?
Oh,
and he goes,
I like
if
that.
you really want to do margarita madness, restart Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses every time somebody orders one. So he starts singing, Welcome to the jungle. And then he goes, welcome, welcome to the, welcome. And he just did it for like 2-3 minutes straight. And at one point he gets about 10 seconds in and he goes back to the thing. And I almost died. I mean, it sounds stupid in theory. But me and Conrad were sitting in the hotel room, and I'm standing at this point. And at one point, the comic Tom looks at his watch because he knows it's going on forever. And he's got this stupid kind of, I forget what it's like. He's got like a tongue thrusty kind of bite. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's a class 2 or whatever. Dude, just the appearance of his face, how he was saying, what he was saying, all of it, all worked together. And the camera, how zoomed in I was on his face. I was dying, dude. And I don't know if anybody else would think it's funny, but I thought it was fantastic. So stupid.
I think I would laugh. I think I would.
So fun. And then I saw him do a thing afterwards. He goes, yeah, that bit was maybe 20, 30 seconds long. And somebody dared him to do it for 4 minutes. And people loved it even.
4?
And it killed even harder the longer he went.
Seriously. Oh my gosh.
Because that's one of those things.
Cool. Like you'd have to like figure out where's the threshold before people start going, okay, buddy.
You got to commit. You can't half step. You go, okay. And you commit. And I think it's that commitment, that confidence that you're like, I don't care where this go, and this is what we're doing. And that kind of confidence, you can't. It's unshakable. It's undeniable. You got to laugh or at least give them credit for trying.
Gosh.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm really taking a student's perspective on stand up recently. You know?
Cool.
How
getting back to your roots.
Yeah, sort of like I got the renewed passion for it where it's like I always loved it. But now that I'm kind of figuring things out, like earlier on, if I can give you an example, you don't know what you're doing, right? And then you hit a plateau. You're on a plateau. Then you figure something out.
Yeah.
And you shoot up, and then you level back off. But now the longer you do it, those level ups come further and farther in between. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they're higher. And I think I figured something out in the last like month from doing these longer shows, and I think it's as polished as it's ever been. And so I'm having a lot of fun, and I think the confidence is at an all-time high, and that'll come crashing down at my next gig or something probably. But
it's
I'll get kicked off that buzz, but right now I'm enjoying it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I feel like that's kind of how life is. You've got these highs and then these lows and then these, you think you're doing awesome and then you fall flat on your face and then you build yourself back up. I think it's pretty cool and normal to have that kind of thing. But that's pretty cool. And comedy is like probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best things to be in. Because not only like you're making people laugh, you're improving their lives, and you get to like cut up for a life, like a career. That's pretty awesome.
I think it's one of those things where, and I've told you this before, I don't think I want to do stand up. I have to do it, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like
it's an urge,
like a
primal need.
I literally feel better afterwards.
Yeah, it gives you this. It's probably like working out. You get these endorphins, and you just feel good. You've accomplished something, right?
Yeah, it's very satisfying when it works, and even when it doesn't work as good as you want it to, as long as you gave an honest effort, some things are just out of your control.
Right.
I
agree.
There's an ice machine going off in the back, or like some guy hands you a microphone to wear around your neck so his deaf
so
neighbor
Bobby
can hear.
Can get his ear thing. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's fun when the audience is you got to control them off the top. Like if you let them get too crazy, they'll start heckling and yelling stuff out.
I feel the same way about the kiddo dental presentations I do. Once one 5-year-old loses it, they're all gone.
Bro, you gotta the first kid that pipes up, you gotta snap his neck, and then the rest of them, they know this lady doesn't mess around.
It's like in The Office, where they merged they merged offices, and Dwight tells Michael, You have to fire one right off the top to let them know that you're in charge and you're the boss and you mean business. So, you got to snap necks.
Prison rules, man.
Keep on moving.
Prison rules.
I don't really do that to children, so.
No, we can't.
Just in case anybody's wondering, so. Awesome. What else is new? What about our little project? We can't say too much.
I know. I'm trying to tiptoe around it because you're gonna.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, let's just stop tiptoeing. Not all the way.
You want to say something though, right?
Well, yeah. I think it's a pretty cool project we've got going on with Sue Jeffries. So she's a speaker in the dental arena. And so her and me and Carlos, we got a little something going on.
Yeah.
We're hopefully going to unleash the beast near the end of the year. So, nonprofit organization. We can't give much other detail, but I think it's going to be
off of it, and it's going to.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited and stoked about it too. But
it's overdue and necessary. And
What's
I think it's overdue and necessary.
And, definitely.
So That's all we can say.
Yeah.
So sorry about the tease.
It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Tease,
Yeah.
tease. Ha ha. Speaking of tease, I didn't say about what I did in Vegas. I mean, I can't say much about that either because, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But
nothing happened in Vegas.
I'm sitting on this flight. And so I've got my coworker next to the window. I'm in the middle. And we're just sitting there, you know. And the plane's filling up. And all of a sudden, this guy literally plops down in the seat next to me. And I was like, oh, I guess he's getting out of the way so people can get by. No, he just claimed that seat. Normally, would you not go, excuse me, ma'am, is this seat taken? And I always said, oh, no, have a seat. Right? I mean, that's normal.
So wait a minute. This is on the plane.
This is on the plane.
Where are you?
We're boarding. I'm sitting down.
But
buckled
what?
in,
I mean,
ready to go.
Center?
Center.
Window
Yep.
seat?
Nope. My coworker had the window seat. I had the middle seat. The aisle seat was open.
Okay.
And this guy just literally, like, did not hold his weight. He just went plop right into the seat.
Fell into it.
Yes. So I thought he was just kind of getting out of the way to let people by or something.
Yeah.
And no, he, like, puts his stuff away, sits down, and settles in. And I was like, good thing I didn't have anybody sitting there. You know, because I'm always big about, you know, excuse me, is anybody sitting here? No? Okay, do you mind?
How did you know it was in his seat?
Because we were there first. We were there first. He came in onto the plane after we did. We were already sitting, buckled in.
But I'm saying, how do you know it wasn't his seat, though?
What do you mean? There was nobody sitting there.
I know, but maybe it was his seat.
No. Oh, sorry, Southwest. Southwest does not have seating arrangements.
Oh. Okay,
I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about? How could it be a seat? Where did he come from?
Oh, so you just sit wherever you want.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an important detail.
My bad. Here's the kicker. So I'm just doing my thing, like playing wood blocks or, you know, whatever on my iPad and, you know, getting ready for the takeoff. And then all of a sudden I get this little whiff of perio breath.
Oh, man.
Nasty.
And it's the plopper?
Nasty. So I didn't know. Like, I'm sitting here going, man, did I just, yeah, that was perio. Like, where's it coming from? And I'm looking at the people in front of me. Like, you know, I didn't, like, look behind me in the seat or anything like that. But I'm, like, looking at him going, but he was a younger guy. And I was like, man, I don't think it's him. But, yeah. And then I get a bigger whiff. And I was like, oh, my gosh. So, like, for the plane ride, I finally figured out, yep, it was him. So, I turned and faced the opposite way the whole plane ride.
Oh,
it was disgusting.
Man.
So, I fall asleep. And I wake up, and I feel like it's 2 hours later or whatever. We're not even halfway over.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the longest flight ever. So what they had to do is they took us from St. Louis to LA to get to Las Vegas. So we overshot it and then came back. I guess, I don't know. That's just how it worked out or whatever. So longest flight plus perio boy next to me equals I almost puked. Sort of.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yes. Ugh. So we land in LA. This guy gets off, thank gosh. And we sit there because we're taking the same plane to Vegas. So I'm sitting there and they said, you know, once we get our count, you can get up and move around. So my coworkers and we were just walking around the plane and da-da-da. And I go up and I'm just barely peeking into the cockpit. Like I wasn't, you know, intentionally just standing there or anything. And the pilot goes, hey, did you check it out? Check it out. And I was like, so I leaned my head in there. And I was like, oh, wow, this is pretty cool. And he goes, well, have a seat. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, are you messing with me? And he goes, no, sit down. And I'm like, oh my, I get to sit in the cockpit in the pilot seat? So So here comes the funny part. So I'm sitting in this cockpit and I'm like looking at all the levers and I look over and there's this little iPad in the window. I go, "Oh, is this where you play Candy Crush?" And he's like, "Oh, no, that's our navigation system." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Don't touch it.
And then he goes, yeah, I didn't touch anything. I was scared to. And he goes, "So you think you can handle it?" And I go, sure. You just give me a few pointers and we're ready to go. You know what sucks the most, though?
They kicked you out?
Well, yeah, I mean, I couldn't fly the plane, but I forgot my phone. Like, I couldn't take any pictures of me being in the cockpit.
Is this going back to
by
that thing you said earlier about amazing stories that you made up that you can't prove?
Oh!
Are you messing with me right now?
This was real. I promise. It was real. And then I was like, man, maybe the pilot has a thing for me. I don't know. But no, I went back to my seat like a good passenger.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. But it was fun. I had a really good time. John and I are going to go back in April
If
and
I
check
go
out
anywhere
Vegas together.
near the cockpit, I get tased.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've heard that. I did see your face hanging up in the airport.
they're like, yeah, no, there's something up with this.
Just
thing.
tase this guy. It doesn't even say, don't even ask questions. Just tase first.
Yeah. Tase first, ask questions later.
Yes.
Boom. So.
All right. What else?
What else you got going on this week?
This week, nothing. Just work. I'm busy. And then the next weekend, I've got the DEW retreat. Super excited. Other than that, I think I'm good until about the end of the year. Not much going on. Holidays and stuff.
I don't know how I forgot, but I'm going to Kansas on Thursday.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, we got to push some meetings around till you get back. So what's that for? The Kansas thing?
The Oral Health Alliance conference.
Nice.
Association thing.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
It's Kansas.
So.
You know, you pretty much just be funnier than cornfields and you're good.
You know, I went out there once, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago for holidays with a Navy buddy. And, it's just what it sounds like. You could see for miles.
Yep.
And there's nothing, you know. I don't know if it's still like that, but, you know, we'll see.
It is. I mean, we drove to Colorado. It's pretty much the drive that said that told us we were never going to drive again. For something that's over like 6 hours long, we're going to fly.
Yeah.
Because of Kansas. Thanks, Kansas. You screwed it up.
I heard Texas will do that to you, too. Texas will suck the life out of you driving across it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big state, so I can see that, too.
Yeah. So was it just the corn or what?
Yeah, it was just big flat nothing. I did, however.
How do you not fall asleep, dude? That's what I want to know.
I know. I mean, I slept part of the way, but it was daytime and hot, and you know, your AC can only do so much.
Yeah.
But I did love they have those windmill farms. What do they call those? I don't know. They have a name for them, but they hydro. No, that's water.
The wind energy farms,
yeah, whatever those are
turbines
called.
or whatever.
Yeah, those are really cool because they're so huge.
That's crazy,
that was the
right?
highlight. It is.
But don't they get tornadoes out there?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like World of Oz, Wizard of Oz.
But that's my thing. How do you keep those turbine things from ripping out of the ground when a tornado comes through?
They're probably pretty sturdy. Plus, it's round, so aerodynamic. I'm just making this up, so
yeah,
it's all scientific. And I feel like they're probably deeply rooted into the ground.
Probably a couple feet.
So, but they probably have.
Plus, they weigh a million
just
pounds. You know what I mean?
Right. There's that.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's like CIA headquarters. Like, so all you see is the turbine on top, but underneath is a huge network of mercenaries learning skills and CIA and Men in Black.
That would be kind of cool, though.
In Kansas. And
Why
so
not
they're like,
Kansas?
we need to set up base in the most boring state ever so nobody ever finds us. I mean, it's kind of genius.
That's where I would do it.
And they have the energy, and they're so far down in the ground, so there's water down there. I mean, see?
Yeah. And you get hungry.
Smart people.
Crawl up, grab you a couple ears.
Yep. Pop a couple corn cobs, and you got popcorn.
Boil some water, and boom.
Dang.
Corn on the cob for days, son.
Yeah, and you can make masa, make some tortillas, and there's probably cows around, so you just grab a cow. You good to go? You got meals for days.
Dude. Everybody's getting tacos, bro. Everybody.
We just made Kansas super cool with a K.
Dude. Some guy shows up with an onion and an avocado, and it's on, baby. You know?
Like party time.
Dude.
Throw a couple tomatoes. You just made salsa up in Kansas.
I can go for some guac right about now, too, man.
Right? I haven't eaten dinner yet, so. John's making meatballs.
I had some
The meatball.
I had some turkey spaghetti.
Did you?
Yeah, with some sort of veggie noodle thing.
Oh, I like the veggie noodle things.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a real noodle.
Was it zucchini and a little twisty string thing maker?
I don't think so. It was pretty
Zoodle?
straight.
Was it a zoodle?
Dude, it could be damn carpet fibers for all I know. You know what I mean?
You never know.
Yeah. But it was. It had a different texture to it, but it's nothing wrong with it, dude. The sauce was on point though. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Did your wife make that?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is she pretty good cook?
She can hold her own. You know.
Yeah. I can't.
I wouldn't ask her to make a duck. But then again, I wouldn't know what a good duck versus a bad duck would taste like. So
right.
I've never had duck, but yeah, who eats ducks?
My gosh. Yeah. I made breakfast the other day, and John comes out and he goes, "Well, why didn't you blah blah blah?" And I go, "Well, if you ever want me to cook again, I mean, this is what you're gonna get. I just don't have the skills." And then the next morning, I was like, "I ain't cooking. I'm waiting for your ass to get up, and you can make breakfast." And he made a bomb-ass omelet. It was so good. Oh, my gosh.
How hard is it to make an
omelet?
omelet?
Why do we... Well, I cannot make omelets. It always turns into scrambled eggs with veggies and stuff. Always.
But he makes it look like an omelet.
Oh, it was a giant omelet. Not only was it an omelet, it was a 2-person omelet. And it had like pork... Sorry, I'm salivating.
Can't even
just thinking
talk
about
right
it, but
now.
it had... I'm so hungry right now. It had peppers and onions and pork sausage and bacon and the fake cheese, which is amazing. And like, oh my gosh. And then I ate probably more than half. I don't know. But I'm like, why does he even want me to cook when I make that crap that I made yesterday and he makes this? Like, angels are like singing and stuff when you taste it.
Those are bald eagle eggs. Those aren't even regular eggs.
Right, and you hear the American
It tastes like
national anthem.
You hear jets flying over
when
it
you eat
with
it.
every bite.
Yes, blue angels are flying over. Angels are singing
Fireworks.
over it. Like, the Pope came over because he heard about it. Like,
He took one bite and passed out.
Yes, and he was like, praise Jesus, collapsed on the floor, CPR ensued, and luckily he's okay.
All right, so
all over this amazing omelet.
All right, we're just being silly, but real talk though. If the Pope did come over to visit, right?
Yeah.
And the omelet was so good that he blacked out for just maybe 5 minutes.
Yes.
Would you take a selfie with his hat on? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have
Why
to.
would you not? Yes. Like, oh my gosh.
That tall
You
hat,
and I
dude?
understand the importance of that responsibility. Not only is it an opportunity, It is a responsibility. As a Carlos and Sandy Lee, we would have to.
You know how mad I'd be if you didn't do that?
I agree. I would kick you so squar in the
jar.
You know what?
Yeah.
In the jar.
Yeah.
Yes, if you missed that amazing opportunity. I might even like put the robe around my head like something too. Like
Dude.
Hat, robe around my shoulders,
And I know
staff.
I'm probably like the worst Catholic out there, but whatever that thing is, that it's not the whole robe, but it's like a scarf with words on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in choir when we had those recipes, yes. I'm sure it's the prayers in case he forgets. He's like, Sanctus Dominus Maria or whatever.
But yeah, that whole outfit just looks like it would be uncomfortable, dude. With the hat.
And hot.
Yeah, the hat looks like it weighs 7-8 pounds, dude.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. That's way too much responsibility. I couldn't do it.
That's a holy American omelet right there.
Yeah. Point is that's how good the damn omelet is.
And that's my Johnny.
There you go.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I need to go eat.
All right.
It's about that time, man.
What's for dinner? What are you guys having?
He's making meatballs, and then he makes homemade tater tots.
You mentioned meatballs. I'm sorry.
And then homemade tater tots, yes.
Now,
yes.
Stupid question.
Sure.
Is a tater tot like ground up potatoes that you form into a little cube and then you fry the thing? Right?
Yes. Pretty much, yes.
Because it's not like a plug of potato that you cook.
No.
So it's hash browns formed into little tubes.
Basically, yes.
Okay. All right.
Can I have some tots?
Get your own.
Get your own. And then he smashes them in his pocket.
Kicks them.
Oh my gosh. All I could think about when he smashed those tots in his pockets was, man, now his pocket's all greasy. He's got to go home and wash that, or else the Dawn dish soap, or else the grease won't come out. That's what I was thinking in Napoleon Dynamite when the kid smashed his tots into his pocket.
The scene where he's standing there and somebody shoves him into a locker and then he does like a lame kick like 5 seconds later. That whole movie was insane.
It is. So the confession time. The first time you watched it, what did you think? I
peed my pants laughing.
Did you? Okay, yeah. So me?
I went with a buddy of mine who
is
one of these guys when he laughs, it makes you laugh. So that just kept going around in circles, and you know what I mean. But it started off when he was standing at the beginning with those stupid moon boots, get on the school bus with those little kids, and he's throwing the little thing. And he's like, "Do whatever I want."
Yeah.
God. And I go, I don't know what this is, and I don't know if we were just tired or what, but I remember laughing like idiots. Yeah, no, we had a blast. How about you?
So Mike and I didn't like it. I was like, man, it's slow and it's like kind of boring, and then, but here's the thing, like, so I laughed a little bit, but then I was like, I gotta watch it again. The second time, I lost it. Like it was hilarious, and I don't know, maybe I'm the type that needs to absorb something before I find it funny, but it was hilarious, and every time I watch it now, it's like The Office. I'll watch it over and over. I laugh harder and harder and harder. And, like, you anticipate all these things. And, like, Juno, the movie Juno.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I watched that, like, 7 or 8 times. Oh, my gosh. It's just smart and funny. Ugh. One of my favorites. Yeah.
The scene when they went to the Rex Kwon Do camp.
Oh, yeah.
Where Napoleon was pulling him on his bike and he had rollerblades on.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Try to hit me. Break the wrist and walk away." But one of my buddies, he's a dentist. He dressed up as Rex Kwon Do. And he posted a picture. And he was like, nobody wants to, or whatever, kick to the face while wearing these bad boys. So stupid. I don't. The younger people may not know what we're talking about, but get your lives together and go rent or watch Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
That's probably one of the best movies I've seen in the last 20 years. because it was so. Each one of those little scenes could be a separate clip. They didn't even have to go together.
Yeah.
They were so crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay. On that note, episode 55.
In the books.
Stay tuned. We got some big stuff coming, guys.
All right. Email us offyourflosser@gmail.com, or you can call us at
256-743-5677. I almost forgot for a second.
256-74-FLOSS. Check us out, Facebook, Instagram. We're up there. Instagram, we almost have 900 followers. That's pretty amazing. I love it. I love it. Anyway. But yeah, so, and we're speakers now. Are we officially dental speakers?
I believe so.
I mean, sure. Throw that out there.
Yeah.
So if you need somebody to speak at an event, let us know. Anything else, Carlos?
No, just real quick. On one of my last shows, the guy who booked it wrote on the thing, comedian and podcast host. And I was like, oh. Wow. I forgot that I do this, even though I'm doing it right now. You know?
It's just so much fun. It's just like FaceTiming each other, you know?
That's all we're doing. And just recording it and making you people listen to it. So we're sorry.
Yeah.
And thank you. You know? All right, Sandy, go get your meatballs and what was it? And tater tots.
And tots.
That's
and
right.
tots.
All right. Save me some tots.
Take it easy,
Good
people.
Night. Go floss yourselves.
And go floss yourselves. Season 2. Woo!
That's right. Be good.
Bye.
Bye.